Hey, what's up? Leroy Tatamy here from Tatamy Photography, and today we're talking about a recap on episode 2 of Creator Series. And man, if you haven't seen it, pause, go watch it, come back, and then watch this one because it's definitely a treat. It's a good show. It's produced well. The Cincadas did a great job. Thanks Canon, thanks Westcott, thanks Behind the Shutter. And thanks for the whole cast. You can see the credits at the end of the show. Thanks to all those people who are in the credits. And the thing that was real cool is we had a model. Her name is Redonia. She goes by Riri. She's super amazing model. She did a great job. I think all the photographers still on episode 2 are really enjoyed working with her. But the thing that threw me off is Redonia. She walks out of the back. Redonia. I'm gonna just say Riri because I don't want to butcher her name. Riri comes out of the back. You know, you kind of see her sneak in, and you can't really see her because they haven't started putting her in wardrobe and they haven't gave her makeup yet. So she walks in, and you don't really see her because you're busy doing something else. You know, they got us all locked in this little room. And then she comes out and they're like, hey, here's the model. And like, no lie, Brandy has put colors all over her face, like neon green, neon orange. There might have been some, I can't even remember. There's all kind of different colors. So immediately I started thinking, man, I could just put a beauty dish up and then, because they had the Manny Ortiz beauty dish, which I love. I love that Manny Ortiz by Westcott beauty dish. Westcott, send me one. Send me one and I'll do a review on it. But it's amazing. I knew I was gonna use that modifier. I saw it during episode 1, but we couldn't use it. So I was like, man. So I went back to the hotel that night after episode 1 and I Googled Manny Ortiz. Cause like I didn't want anything on that table that they had to throw me for a loop. So I looked at all the stuff, and in the hotel tonight I didn't talk too much to my family or anything because I couldn't tell them anything. I was on the show. So what I would do is I would just Google Joel Grimes beauty dish and the benefits of that one. Then I would Google Manny Ortiz softbox, and I Googled FJ200. Then I Googled FJ400. Then I Googled the little Westcott one they had. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the A1, but it's not the A1. It's the Westcott version. Because I didn't use Westcott lights at the time. Slowly, I'm starting to inch my way over there. I've been a Paul C. Buff guy because that's what I started on. But I feel like Westcott has a lot of advantages now with battery-powered strobes, so I'm not walking around carrying Vagabond Mini, cords, plugs. I need to be a little bit more mobile now at this point in my career, and I kind of have, being that I've been doing it for 10 plus years, we kind of have the capital to kind of invest in better lighting equipment. And I loosely use that word invest. We do get an ROI on the things that we buy, but we were able to put a little bit more money into the lighting aspect of our business. So anyway, like I said, I was Googling everything each night just to make sure I understood how to use every piece of equipment on that table. I didn't want anything to throw me for a loop as far as gear-wise. And thankfully, Sal was pretty gracious on helping us get things set up. So the day of the competition, I don't know if you already saw the episode, you saw we all get to draw a card, and then you pick up your card, and then there's a number on the back, and it has the challenge on the front. And that challenge was, like I said, beauty image with a strobe. So there were 7 of us. I grabbed number 7. So that meant I was going last in the order of things. So I had to sit in there the whole time while everybody else went and shot and came in and said about how hard it was, or how easy it was, or how much time they wish they had, or oh, I did it so easily. So I had to sit there the whole time and listen to that while everybody else went. And then I finally got to go last. And I was so excited to get out of there because I was like just steaming, man. I was just ready all day to go. And I started shooting my images with Redonia, and I immediately went to that Manny Ortiz clamshell box immediately. And I said, I'm going for the clamshell look. I'm gonna go Reflector here, Manny Ortiz here, and I'm gonna shoot through that and get a beautiful image of Redonia. And then I'm going to take an FJ200 and I'm gonna put that in the back and gel the background just to give it like that orange pop. Because I knew I knew I couldn't go out there and just shoot one image with all just plain old daylight balanced light. Like, why else would they give her all that color on her face if they didn't want us to incorporate it some kind of way? And I felt like just shooting an image with daylight balance was not the way to go. So immediately I looked at her makeup. I saw orange was one of the colors that really drew to me. I don't know why, but I felt like orange was the best one. So I grabbed the orange gel. I considered doing green, but I was like, green. You can see I did use the green at the end. I said I'm gonna go with orange because it's a very, very saturated color and it'll really pop up good. So I took the orange gel, put it behind her like you saw in the video, and then I started clicking off, boom, 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 boom. And then the orange was very saturated, like I said. So then when I put the green on, the green didn't have as much saturation. So when I was clicking it, I was like, man, it's gonna be a little bit more work in Photoshop and I only got 30 minutes to edit. So I went with the orange. And the orange was a little, I don't know if you can see when they showed the SOOC straight out of camera image, it was still not quite there. But the night before, Loretta was talking to somebody at the table, I can't remember who it was, and she was saying, hey, this is a trick to get more saturation or to make an image look darker, do this, da da da. So I actually did exactly what she said, and I put it behind the image to make it look a little bit more orange. Unfortunately, I think it was a little too orange for her. We all kind of got our own tastes. She is a fashion and beauty photographer, so if anybody knows it, she knows it. So the impact from that image is what I felt like made a difference between my image and all the other people's images. Of course, I did not see anybody else's images. I'm thinking all this in my head, imagining that if I have that much difference on the on my edit, that's gonna make me stand, that's gonna put me apart and possibly get me a W tonight. But unfortunately it did not. It kept me safe, which being safe is never a bad thing, but you kind of don't go in a competition to stay safe the whole time, if that makes sense. You kind of want to get some W's, you want to get some wins to get that momentum built and get yourself going and flowing. That way you're not getting stuck in the middle of the pack. But what I did was, like I said, I picked the best image that I thought, and I felt like the orange one was the best one after taking all my shots or looking at all the shots that I got. Felt like the orange one was the best one. Felt like it had impact. I felt like it was an easy edit. I feel like there was a lot of minor hairs and things I edited around the head, and I heard Loretta tell Jess that she should have filled some hair. I also saw some of that in my image as well, but I'm glad I didn't get dinged for that. I'm sure it did have something to do with it a little bit, but they dinged her for it, not me. But I did see that in my image afterwards. So what I'm thinking now is, after I submitted my image, they call up the first few people and I'm like, man, I hope I'm not in the bottom. I hope I'm not in the bottom. And they finally call my name and I'm like, I didn't win, but I'm safe. So just want to do a quick brief recap from my perspective. That's kind of what I thought. I'll probably film another video where you can kind of see my culling and selection process. And then maybe even we can together edit maybe one or two other images that might not have made it. I know a few people have already requested for me to show the piano green image. I felt like that was a slam dunk image, but 30 minutes to get it where it needed to be just wasn't enough for me. I wasn't comfortable enough with the skills that I have in 30 minutes to edit an image like that piano image. But I do still want to go back and edit that because I feel like it was a strong image, but not a edited in 30-minute kind of strong image. So that's what I got for today. Just figure I would pop in, let you guys kind of know what I was thinking about episode 2 after watching it. I'm loving all the feedback that we're getting in the comments section and the live chat on the actual show. I will put links to the show in the description for you guys to check out, and I'll have them pop up here somewhere. God, I hate when people do that. I just did it. Who cares? Yeah, the videos, they're gonna pop up somewhere. Self-explanatory. You know when you see it what to do if you want to watch it. So, Leroy Tatamy Photography. Recap, episode 2. Peace.